CTV News with Lauren Stallone.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. We begin tonight in Sarnia, where police are searching for two people after shots were fired during an attempted carjacking. Police released this security video from a Maria Street home. It shows two suspects approaching a vehicle shortly after midnight and demanding the keys from the driver. The person behind the wheel reverses, and then shots are fired from a pellet gun. Police are looking for two white males with slim builds wearing dark baggy clothes. One had on an orange bandana. Meanwhile, the westbound lanes of Exeter Road had to be closed today after a collision around 7:30 this morning. The crash happened at Exeter and Sholto Drive. It involved a car and a transport truck. The impact of the collision caved in the driver's side door of the car. It then traveled over the center median, shearing off a traffic sign that became jammed under the vehicle. The crash backed up traffic to Wellington, which was already experiencing commuter issues caused by lane restrictions for construction. Is City Council playing favorites about which neighborhood groups it listens to? Well, Councillor Susan Stevenson upset some colleagues after suggesting controversial infill developments are more likely to be approved in some neighborhoods rather than others.
Whose residents and what neighbors we're listening to and what ones aren't. And this is an equity issue.
When we're asked to look at a development application, we're not applying an inconsistent approach because it's in a certain neighborhood. I'm not.
Stevenson referred to Council's decision not to approve a larger building in Stony Brook, while she argued against an updated proposal for a mid-rise building in East London. A majority of Council eventually approved the scaled-down building at 929 Cheapside in Stevenson's ward. Afterwards, the mayor pushed back against the suggestion that some neighborhoods receive special treatment.
No, that's a baseless accusation, and it was answered quite clearly by our staff. Each and every planning decision is made independent. It's a number of factors, both the provincial policy statements, the structure of the site, the zoning on the site, the servicing available on the site, the overland water flows. There are many things that go into each and every planning application, and so whereas you might see something approved in one street, it may not be approved on another, simply because of the context of the street.
Tensions continue to rise as workers employed by Community Living London remain on strike. As Jerry Dewan reports, there was another confrontation between strikers and security members escorting replacement workers.
Who's got the power? We got the power!
Members of OPSU Local 166 arrived at the 4 Point Sheraton around 6 this morning. Their issue is with replacement workers they say are staying at the hotel.
They still have the scabs here living at the 4 Point Sheraton. So our members came out this morning and set up the picket line and shut it down so they couldn't get out.
The OPSU members work for Community Living London, supporting people who have developmental disabilities. Vans carrying replacement workers to group homes were being held up by the picketers, who were cranking a little music with a message, including Jay-Z's Hard Knock Life. This is not the first time the workers have made their presence felt at the hotel, but they insist they're not trying to impact the hotel, its staff, or clients.
We were letting the community in and out. There was no interaction with the community. If they wanted in, we just gave them a pamphlet if they chose, gave them the information and let them go.
Police arrived around 8 in the morning to clear a path for the vans and to ask the picketers to move on. Huster admits tensions have increased between the strikers, the replacement workers, and security staff hired to escort them.
Tempers rise on both sides, and it's, it gets pushy. It got pushy this morning.
OPSU members from 27 union locals across the province have been on strike for 5 weeks now. They're calling on Premier Doug Ford to get involved in the negotiations.
We've been working on it. We've offered what we can for results, and he's the one that just needs to decide, get us back to work, and end this whole strike province-wide.
The union members aren't ruling out a return to the hotel. Jerry Dewan, CTV News.
The Good Life Fitness location at Sherwood Forest Mall has now reopened. The gym was closed since June 12th after an SUV slammed through a brick wall and into a class. 6 people suffered various injuries. The driver, 59-year-old Jennifer Lynn Hopper, is facing 6 charges of criminal negligence causing bodily harm. She has since been released on bail. Meanwhile, at today's London Council meeting, Mayor Josh Morgan praised the heroic efforts of Mia LaRoe. The off-duty Middlesex London paramedic happened to be working out at the gym at the time and immediately jumped into action.
We extend our sincere appreciation to Mia for her bravery and dedication. Her actions made a meaningful difference during a frightening moment and serve as an example to the testament that the impact that one person can have when they choose to step forward and help in a moment of crisis.
Provincial police are investigating several questionable car fires in Walkerton. Emergency crews were called to a home on Yonge Street just after 5 o'clock this morning after several vehicles were engulfed in flames. No injuries were reported. Anyone with information is urged to contact South Bruce OPP. Police in St. Thomas have charged a chiropractor with 3 counts of sexual assault. 57-year-old Dr. Stephen Perry is also charged with 1 count of forcible confinement. Police say there have been allegations from multiple people. Investigators are asking for anyone with information to come forward. New technology is being used here in London to help reduce workplace injuries across Ontario. Today, researchers showcase state-of-the-art mobile labs that collect real-time data from workers on the job, including local paramedics, with workplace safety top of mind. CTV's Rita Ismail reports.
You can see some of the equipment here is anthropometric measurement tools, so we have a full body scanner.
The Middlesex London Paramedic Services headquarters was a research site today as the Canadian Institute for Safety, Wellness and Performance, along with Workplace Safety and Insurance Board, showcased new technology that aims to prevent workplace injuries.
This work is very innovative, never has done before anywhere in the world because of the approach we're taking.
That approach is bringing state-of-the-art mobile labs directly to workplaces, collecting data in real-world environments rather than controlled lab settings. The technology is part of an $11 million investment by WSIB.
$1 investment in prevention saves 2 on taking care of somebody if they become ill or injured. And we know to get the right answers, we need to do research.
The labs are equipped with advanced tools, including motion sensors, eye tracking technology, and 4D imaging systems that help researchers better understand how workplace injuries occur. For paramedics whose jobs often involve lifting patients and working in unpredictable environments, the findings could help shape future safety standards.
It's an opportunity through an initiative like this that there's actually research being done using frontline paramedics and getting information directly from the frontline paramedics and the logistics staff to be able to see what it is that they go through on a day-to-day basis and be able to use that to drive the change.
Researchers say the information gathered will help employers identify risks before injuries happen, improve compensation decisions, and even lead to better fitting protective equipment for workers. The 3 mobile labs have already visited 24 organizations across the province, collecting more than 2,500 hours of data from over 550 workers. Rita Ismail, CTV News.
Southwestern Public Health is urging its member municipalities to consider safety risks if they allow the public to bring their own alcohol to local events. This spring, the province passed a law allowing communities to issue BYO permits for cultural events. The health unit wants municipalities to ensure safety and enforcement controls are in place, including comprehensive monitoring along with signage and public education, among other recommendations. Elgin County Warden Dominique Gigar says BYO has not been an issue of concern just yet.
We've had some informal discussions, but we are not hearing or seeing a lot of requests from the public to have those kind of permits and enabling a sort of a BYOB approach. What we have right now works so well, and it seems to be supporting everyone's interest.
An Ingersoll senior is about to retire for the second time after biking to raise nearly $200,000 to fight childhood cancer. CTV's Sean Irvin has the story.
Henrietta Mulder prepares for another step in her journey towards 300 kilometers. While the distance may not be as far as she used to travel, at 79, the cause she is riding for remains the same: childhood cancer. Over 10 years, Henrietta has raised nearly $200,000 for sick kids through the Great Cycle Challenge. The first year, it was a fun way to fundraise with a friend.
And I did 1,000 that year, and yeah, it just kind of grew from there.
Then in the spring of 2018, the cause became deeply personal when her own daughter was stricken by cancer. Arlene was in her 40s at the time, but still Henrietta's baby, as she recalled to us in 2020.
We came home from Florida, and in the first week, we got the phone call that she had been diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer.
Sadly, Arlene passed away that October. 8 years on, she remains Henrietta's motivation.
Actually have a purpose. It was cut short, but she was always my motivation. I still ride in Arlene's memory, but just thinking of all the kids out there, that's what it keeps driving me.
But the drive is coming to an end. Aging has forced her to make 2026 her final ride.
Kind of bittersweet to stop after 10 years because the need still exists.
With a goal of $15,000, she hopes to exceed $200,000 raised over her 10-year effort. She says a lot of that money has been generated from donations and fundraisers, some following CTV's initial stories on her mission. For instance, a local maple syrup producer in Embro.
When he saw the story, he said, "I will bring you maple syrup for every fundraiser you do," and he has.
As Henrietta heads out for her final rides, she's hopeful another person will step on their bike and take over. As they do, she wants them to remember kids of all ages lost to cancer, as they now pedal hard to help children fighting their own battles today.
It's a rewarding thing to do. Giving back is awesome.
In Ingersoll, Sean Irvin, CTV News.
A Huron County alt rocker is getting ready to release her first ever full-length album, and she's using her adopted hometown as the backdrop. Scott Miller reports.
Can't go back in time, step back from my line. How'd I become so bad for my health?
Harley Olivia is a powerhouse singer and performer based in Huron County who's trying to take her musical career to the next level after 10 years as a flight attendant.
The more I was flying and the more that sort of took over my life, the sadder I started getting because I realized music is where I was meant to be.
Olivia has been fronting bands since she was 16, but after trading in the skies for the stage, she decided to venture out on her own with the help of Juno award-winning producer Siegfried Meyer, who runs Beach Road Studios just north of Goderich.
It really allows us to be very productive, which I think is really important because, I mean, when you're in a big city like Toronto, like Los Angeles, like New York, there's a lot of distractions. You know, and generally, I think most people will tell you when there are that many distractions, it takes a lot longer to get things done.
Been told all along.
After releasing some of her own music and playing festivals and gigs across Ontario, Olivia just signed her first record deal and is getting set to release her first full-length album, set to be released in September.
This album, I really wrote it about, you know, shame and liberating yourself from shame. Every song is kind of a theme, like something that I'm sort of liberating myself from.
Keeping true to their Huron County home, Olivia's album was written, recorded, and largely produced at Beach Road Studios, just north of Goderich. Her first music video for the album was shot entirely in her adopted hometown.
We have sort of a dystopian style for this record release, so it was a little bit of a challenge making Goderich seem dystopian. It is technically the prettiest town in Canada, but I think we found the only slice of graffiti in the town, and we got that in our music video.
The ultimate goal is simple for Olivia, to make it big and turn her passion for performing and touring with Meyer into her entirely full-time profession while keeping their roots tethered to Huron County.
the music's inspired by our life, and our life is here in Goderich.
We absolutely love it. It's gorgeous. We love it winter and summer.
Near Goderich, Scott Miller, CTV News.
When we come back, how a Waterloo man is inspiring others even after his death. Canada's main stock index was weighed down by losses in the base metal and technology sectors. In Toronto, the TSX fell 75 points, and in New York, the Dow lost 46, and the Nasdaq dropped 580. The Canadian dollar is down 1/5 of a cent today, and on commodity markets, gold lost more than $53 an ounce, and oil fell 65 cents a barrel. Montrealers woke up today with heavy hearts after a police officer lost his life in the line of duty. We are learning more about the victims, the suspect, and his manifesto. CTV's Geneviève Boschman has more.
The large police perimeter protecting the crime scene is now gone. Broken glass, bullet holes, all examined by investigators. They confirmed that a violent manifesto was left behind in the shooter's hotel room. And the coroner's office has identified the suspect as 25-year-old Seth Scott Hatfield of Lethbridge, Alberta. There, police conducted an early morning high-risk operation, searching in a residential area near the Lethbridge University where the suspect was a student. Officers are working to piece together why he traveled to Montreal, booked a hotel room, and carried out the shooting. The more than 100-page document he left behind reads like a rambling thesis on incel ideology, anti-women, anti-capitalist, anti-establishment. An ideology with echoes to the 2018 van attack that killed 11 people, injured 15 in Toronto, and the Polytechnic massacre in Montreal in 1989. The shooter then left a note blaming feminists for ruining his life.
The manosphere being this not centralized movement that has different branches within it that is very active on the web. So the incel movement is one of them.
In the manifesto, the shooter also blames the pornography industry for increased isolation of young men, for weakening their will to fight the system. Alo, Pornhub's parent company, is right across the street from the hotel. But investigators have not confirmed that this may have played a part in the suspect's decision to strike here. Montreal's Mayor Soraya Martinez-Ferrada said she did not want to make comments on the manifesto, but said misogyny and hate overwhelm social media.
When you see recruitment of young people through social media, it is very concerning.
And she says more has to be done to ensure that hate doesn't spill onto the streets of her city. The perimeter around the crime scene has now been lifted, but the investigation into just what happened here is far from over. Geneviève Boschman, CTV News, Montreal.
Good evening. The winds have eased off. Skies will be clear overnight, and we have lots of sunshine in the forecast for your Wednesday. Our friend Nancy Allen, a former CTV News London employee, sent in these photos. Hopefully she's at home enjoying her retirement. Nancy, your new dogs are so cute. This is Maddie and Max, brother and sister. Definitely you'll be out enjoying that morning sunshine. 12 to 14 degrees, light winds, and more sunshine as we head toward the weekend. But we have some showers to get through. I'll have the timing coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Julie joins me on the desk now. Julie, I don't know about you, but I'm ready for that heat, that strong summer heat. I know, I'm surprised too.
I like it too. A lot of people don't like it. So people have been enjoying this weather, and I'm like, it's just not warm enough.
I know, I'm ready.
So sorry for anyone who doesn't like it hot and humid, but the temperatures are expected to warm up heading into the weekend. But it's been a nice transition, I'll say. 23 degrees our high this afternoon. It was cool and comfortable and fresh this morning. I was out for an early morning walk, and I was actually wearing pants and a light long sleeve. 10 degrees our low temperature, normally 25 and 13. We have high pressure that's influencing our weather, keeping us clear. Winds will be light overnight after a bit gusty earlier in the day today. That generated some off-lake cloud cover, so we did have some cloudy periods at times. And it was cool along that shoreline of Lake Huron, temperatures into the upper teens. Tonight, cool and comfortable, the winds easing off. clear skies, light winds, and we're tracking our next low pressure system that is spinning its way across the southern prairies tonight with heavy rainfall and thunderstorms. That is going to dive towards southern Michigan heading into tomorrow with a chance of rain developing by Wednesday night. But it looks like we'll get through your Wednesday nice and dry. We are expecting sunshine to a mix of sun and cloud. That rainfall starting to approach the Windsor area by Wednesday evening, so we will introduce a slight probability Wednesday evening, but it looks like the main rain will hold off until Wednesday overnight. You can see this little rain shield coming in at about 2 to 3 a.m. in London. It really doesn't make the move across Grey and Bruce County, so we'll leave in just the chance of showers, and then it'll continue to drive east towards the GTA and then off toward Ottawa as we head into Thursday afternoon. So a bit of a lull. So rain coming in overnight Wednesday into Thursday morning, and then a break. It'll be mainly cloudy with a few breaks of sunshine. Then Thursday afternoon into the evening, the chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms develop as the cold front crosses. So overnight, clear, light winds. Great night to open up the windows if you haven't done so, because the window days are coming to an end. The extended forecast will feature some warming temperatures starting on Sunday. Heading into the afternoon, 26 degrees. Then Thursday, the showers and thunderstorms will dip to 19, 24 on Friday. Friday will be comfortable, low humidity, and a beautiful picture-perfect day. Bottle up this day. This is one you're going to want to last. Mix of sun and cloud Saturday and Sunday. We'll heat up to 27 on Sunday. We could see our first 30-degree day of the summer season. Heading into Monday, Tuesday, with daytime highs set to hit 30 to 31. That will slightly bring some instability, so we do have the possibility of showers and thunderstorms as we head into Tuesday, because we're going to get into the warm sector. What that means is, yes, the chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms, but also the heat and humidity spike, so it'll feel like the upper 30s. Midwestern Ontario, you're in for a great day tomorrow. Light winds and sunshine, increasing cloud cover Wednesday evening. Rain will hold off for you until overnight. The chance of showers will develop, but the probability a bit lower for you, as I showed you on that forecast model. And then as we head into your Thursday, a 60% chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms, a daytime high coming in at 19. Full sunshine Friday, the weekend a mix of sun and cloud, 23 to 26 degrees. And then as we head into early next week, daytime highs are set to climb into the upper 20s, Lauren. So some beautiful weather expected across the area. Bit of cloud cover around Saturday, but we should see a fair amount of sunshine and looking nice and dry for the weekend. Back to you.
Thanks, Julie. The World Cup has been considered a success so far, but there have been some issues with fans being frustrated about getting tickets to games. Here's Pat Foran.
It's probably a once-in-a-lifetime chance to see them play right at home.
Ron Studd of Toronto is a huge fan of Germany's soccer team, and so is his son. For a Christmas present, he decided to buy 2 tickets to see Saturday's match with the Ivory Coast in Toronto.
I'm a big Germany fan. I'm German. Obviously, my son's German. I have soccer tattoos.
Studd purchased 2 tickets using StubHub in December and paid $2,000 for them. But about a week before the game, he was told the tickets were not available.
The seller of the tickets would be unable to provide the tickets. They're basically forcing me to take the refund, I guess.
He has seen Germany play in a World Cup before and wanted his son to have the same experience. He doesn't want a refund and says StubHub should be able to get seats to the game, as there were some available.
That's what I purchased. That's what I locked in for. That's what the gift was intended to be, tickets for myself and my son.
StubHub told CTV News many of the issues fans are facing trace back to the event organizers' technology infrastructure, newly announced transfer restrictions, and a new app launched just a month ago. Regardless, every order on StubHub is backed by our Fan Protect guarantee, which provides alternative tickets or a full refund.
Stubb was worried he and his son wouldn't be able to see Saturday's match, but when CTV News got in touch with StubHub, they upgraded his seats and put him 10 rows closer to the action.
So in the end, Studd and his son were able to attend Saturday's game with 2 tickets worth about $6,000. Germany won the match with a big finish, and Studd says he and his son have memories to last a lifetime.
Thank you, CTV, for all the help and all the good work. Yeah, fantastic. I appreciate it. My son and I appreciate it.
Pat Foran, CTV News.
London City Council recognized the Ontario Lottery and Gaming Corporation today for its continued investment in the City of London. This comes through the municipality contribution agreement. The city received over $5 million for the 2025-2026 fiscal year. Council says funds from this year's share went towards the Black People and People of Color Food Literacy Program, a program that teaches the health benefits of cultural eating while making healthier choices. 227 children have participated in the program, learning about nutrition, food security, and the connections between food and identity. A Waterloo man who inspired many through his battle with a rare form of cancer is still leading the way even after his death. CTV's Spencer Turcotte has more on how his family and friends are finding ways to carry on his legacy.
For years, Dana Fox refused to let a stage 4 cholangiocarcinoma diagnosis define him. We first met the Waterloo man when he took on the ride to conquer cancer, despite living with the rare and aggressive form of bile duct cancer. Later, he would cross the finish line of that 200-kilometer journey and even qualified for the Boston Marathon.
I think the people it amazed the least was his family, because we were so used to his energy level, and we always thought, like, this is Dana at half speed. You should see him at full speed.
But last fall, Dana passed away following his battle with cholangiocarcinoma. Now his family is making sure his fight continues.
As soon as my dad was diagnosed, the question he asked himself was, what do I do with this? And what he decided to do with it was to help build something to help other people.
This year marked the first ride without his dad pedaling beside him, but Dana was still very much a part of that race.
My sister did the ride with us this year for the first time, and she built a makeshift trailer and pulled my dad's bike and helmet and riding gloves.
Torrential rain made one of the ride days tougher to get through, but the cyclists on Team Dana remembered what the red shoes on their jerseys represented. Dana treated every chemotherapy treatment like a track meet.
My dad bought these for me in 1971. And so I got these spikes and I said, I'm going to a track workout and I need to bring some people with me. So I brought my dad with me. And so anyway.
Now Jordan brings his dad with him everywhere he goes, and that dedication is rubbing off on others. This year, Team Dana had 38 cyclists, up from 6 people in the first year they did the ride, and they raised $140,000 so far from this month's race. The work is just beginning, though.
He'd say, what's next? How can we make next year bigger?
Because the man in red shoes may be gone, but the hope he carried is still very much in the race. Spencer Turcotte, CTV News, Waterloo.
That's our time tonight. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. I'm Lauren Stallone. Have a good night.